Our Go Public team got a lot of reaction to the story earlier this month about Canadian soldier training that involved alleged abuse and torture. Since that first story, other former Canadian soldiers have come forward to say they also endured the prisoner of war style training and suffered lifelong trauma as a result. Rosa Marchitelli has more.
More than 20 years have passed since Greg Alkerton was a soldier in the Canadian military.
I was learning how to become a reconnaissance patrolman, and I was also learning to become a sniper.
During that time, he took part in 2 training exercises that included prisoner of war type training. First at Canadian Forces Base Shiloh in Manitoba, and then at CFB Gagetown in New Brunswick.
They knocked all of the drains off of the urinals in this bathroom, so this thing is flushing on a timer continually, and they're using the bathroom and all kinds of messy things are going on. So the floor is basically flooding with this stuff, and you're laying in it.
After Go Public reported on a training course at CFB Wainwright, during which soldiers say they were tortured at the hands of the Canadian military, other former soldiers have come forward, saying the abuse was not a one-off, but widespread, happening on military bases across Canada. One says he witnessed groups of young recruits being trained in a mock prisoner of war camp in 1989. The man asked we not identify him for fear of reprisal.
It was minus 50 with wind chill. They actually dumped water on these guys cramped in these little 2x2 boxes with barbed wire. They poked at them with sticks, threw rocks at them.
Other soldiers tell us they were beaten severely, subjected to sleep and food deprivation for days, waterboarding and electric shocks, and left with injuries like broken fingers inflicted during training.
It's an embarrassment for Canada because we are accepting people who have gone through horrible experience, and we are not willing to acknowledge the mistakes that we made ourselves.
What they really taught me to be is a person with PTSD.
In the early 2000s, the Canadian Forces changed the way it teaches soldiers how to handle being captured, putting in specific standards and a course curriculum. The training now includes medical and psychological oversight, and the instructors are filmed. The Canadian military won't comment on what happened to soldiers in the 80s and 90s before that oversight was added, pointing to a review that's now underway on how military police investigated what happened at CFB Wainwright during training there. Rosa Marchitelli, CBC News, Calgary.
Go Public gets its stories from viewers like you. If you have a story you want the team to investigate, reach out to them online through the Go Public webpage or email them at gopublic@cbc.ca.